It is my pleasure to introduce District Judge and Presiding Juvenile Judge Lisa Tipping Davis. A graduate of the University of Oklahoma, prior to her judicial appointments, Judge Davis worked in a private practice until 1992, when she went on to serve as an Assistant Attorney General under Attorney Generals Drew Edmondson and Susan Loving until 2003. Judge Davis then served as General Counsel for Governor Brad Henry for 7 years. Born and raised in Tulsa, she is the proud mother of 2 daughters, Melissa and Rebecca. Please join me in welcoming the Honorable Lisa Tipping Davis.
I'm Judge Davis. I've been a judge since December of 2009. I started off with a felony criminal docket for a couple years, and then I switched over to a civil docket for a couple years, and then I was moved to juvenile in February of 2014 as the presiding judge. Juvenile court is totally different than a felony criminal docket and a civil docket. To my other judges, my fellow judges, district judges, I explain it that the felony criminal docket, for a couple days of the week, you're on the bench all day long. But the other couple of days, you don't have a whole lot of reading to do. It's a lighter duty on those days. A civil docket, you have a whole lot of reading to do, but you're not on the bench for quite as much. The juvenile docket combines those, and you're on the bench every day, all day long, much longer than you're supposed to be, and you have an enormous amount of reading every day to get ready for the next day. And so it kind of combines some of the best and the worst of both of the other dockets that I've done all into one docket. It's a huge workload for the judges out here. The juvenile docket, you're deciding on children's lives, and the emotional toll that takes on you is just unbelievable. I've got 5 fabulous judges out here, 4 other fabulous judges out here, and I think they all take it very seriously and really respect the people that appear in front of them, and spend a lot of time soul searching on whether we're doing what's in the best interest of the children. CASA advocates are invaluable in cases. I think right now we have about 1,200 open deprived cases, and we have CASAs in about 300 of those cases. So that means we have another 900 cases that don't have a CASA. And it makes, even though the workload for a juvenile judge and the reading is immense, it's just so helpful on those cases where you have the extra CASA report, maybe more reading for us, but still it gives you that totally different insight into a case. When I got ready for today's docket, I read my CASA reports first, and then I go to my DHS reports and my therapist reports and my foster parents reports and everything else. But I read the CASA reports first because it kind of, in a short fashion, gives you a real good snapshot of how the kids are doing and how the biological parents are doing, what the needs are for the children, what you need to be looking at the hearing, whether you've had the proper evaluations for the kids, proper evaluations for the parents, to see whether a reunification is going to be a possibility or whether you're going to have to make that tough decision to go in a different direction in the case. The most important thing about a CASA, in addition to being an extra voice for the kids in the courtroom, it's the relationships they build with the kids. The CASAs will come in and they'll show you a picture of the birthday party that they attended with the kids, or they'll talk about taking the child to Sonic, or they'll talk about how anxious they were to show them their new toys or their new room. And that's the part that's so invaluable, is the relationships the CASAs form with the kids. Unfortunately, our CASAs get our hardest cases. Those are the ones that, quite frankly, DHS is having a hard time getting their hands on. And so we need the eyes and ears and the relationship that the CASA can build, both to bridge the foster parents and the biological parents and to help on visitation. I know that Leanne occasionally asks me, can't you please just send us an easy case occasionally? But all of our hardest cases are the ones we put our CASAs on. I'm a strong believer that if we don't do something at this level, we might as just go build another prison or build another homeless. I mean, the statistics are clear that children that have been through the foster care system are more likely to be homeless, more likely to be in prison, more likely to have early pregnancies, more likely to have less education. And so if we don't fix some of the things that we're doing here, we know what the next step is. We'll have more kids that will come into the system, or that will end up homeless, or that will end up in prison. And so I feel like it's money well spent to try and put these families back together, or to find other forever families and get these kids the right assessments, the right counseling now.